the field of psychology is very competitive. There's a lot of psychologists. And so if you're just an average therapist or an average psychologist, it's more difficult to be successful and to build up a practice and to get job offers in like clinics and stuff. So I didn't want to be an average one. I wanted to be above average. But I felt I could because I was very, very, very motivated.
Okay. That's good. And what are some risks that you took to get this job?
Some what?
Some risks.
Risks. Oh my goodness, what are some risks? That I wouldn't be successful, that I wouldn't be able to develop a practice, that I wouldn't be able to handle listening to people's problems 7, 8, 9 hours a day. And but it turned out that it was very much a rewarding experience that I felt I should have been doing from the beginning. But you don't always know when you make a career choice if it's the right one. It's my first one being business, and I kind of did it because I guess following in my father's footsteps. I didn't know what I wanted to do in college, so I ended up in business without having a real feel for it. And it turned out that wasn't what I wanted to be doing.
Oh, because your father was a business?
No, he was in business, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And then,
actually, let me be completely truthful. When I started at UCLA, I was a chemistry major. But it was way, way, way too hard and competitive because I loved high school chemistry. So I thought, well, I want to be a chemistry major. Well, it was like a rude awakening taking chemistry classes at UCLA. It's a whole different ball game. It's very, very, very hard and competitive, and I wasn't cut out for it. I had to take calculus and things like that I could not have done well in. So I ended up in business, which was, I'm glad I have that training. I got my MBA and my PhD at UCLA in business. And I had a very good job at 2 large aerospace corporations in the 60s and 70s before I went back and got into psychology.
If there was anything you could have changed, would you have changed anything?
Oh my goodness, about my career?
Oh yes, about your career.
I don't think so. You have to learn about yourself, so I could not have possibly known when I was at UCLA that I should have wanted to be studying psychology. I had no interest in it. So I don't have any regrets about career path and career choices.
And then, is this what you wanted to do when you were my age?
No, not at all. When I was your age, I probably wanted to be a baseball player.
A baseball player?
I just wasn't quite good enough. I didn't know what I wanted to do at your age.
Is that why you went to business after you graduated?
Yeah, I would say so. It just seemed like a decent choice, kind of logical. My dad was a businessman. He had a business. I think he had hopes that I would take it over, but I had no interest in it. But thankfully my brother did and still runs it today.
And then we also have this thing called the noise, where it's just negativity. Do you ever feel like the noise was there at your point in life? Like when you're...
The noise?
Yeah, they called it the noise, which is like this negativity and like doubts and everything.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. When I was a very, very shy, insecure child and adolescent, so I had a lot of self-doubts, a whole lot.
Was there anything like what made you overcome these doubts?
Therapy,
Therapy.
meeting the teacher I told you about.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, going to the classes.
Uh-huh. And then he became my psychologist.
Oh, and then he became a psychologist?
He became my psychologist. He was a psychologist, but he also taught at UCLA.
Oh,
And I took him for an extension class. And that, ultimately, I was able to become a patient of his.
so since I want to get into career psychology, what classes do you think I should take now?
Oh, well, in high school,
Yeah.
all the, whatever they offer in terms of introduction to psychology, personality, I don't know what classes they offer.
I mean, steps do you think I should take to get into the career psychology? I'm sorry.
Okay, steps. Well, take all the psychology classes that they offer in your high school, and that would be I would think the most important thing. Gee, there's nothing I can recommend in terms of reading, really. Just studying it in high school and getting familiar with the field and knowing what opportunities there are, and it's a very broad field. You don't have to just become a therapist like I am.
Oh.
You can be a research psychologist. You can work in a hospital or a private practice or in clinics. So I would just really, it starts with school. It starts with education. So whatever classes, I don't even remember any psychology classes being offered when I was in high school. None. I don't think they had any.
Oh.
But I know they do now.
Oh yeah, they have some.
So take those. And also, just you know what? Become as well educated as you can. The path to success in the future, the most important thing in terms of becoming successful in life and in work, is education. Nothing comes close. Education.
Do you think after high school I should try to get into internship for psychology?
No, that's too soon.
Too soon?
Yeah. No. I mean, not an internship, but maybe if there's an opportunity for you to, what is the program called in high school? ROP or
Oh yeah.
something like that. If you could get something related to psychology, you know, just to be exposed to it and have experience of what they do in the real, you know, in the real world, like a clinic, that would be great. But not an internship, I don't think, unless they offer, you know,
Oh, yeah.
at that level. Yeah.
And then isn't there to get into psychology, don't you have to get into the medical field too before you can get into that process?
No.
No.
I mean, you take classes like physiological psychology, you take statistics and behavior classes, but not medical.
Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're